actually going to be talking about COVID-19 and how it's been affecting e-commerce and the impact that it's had. Then also how you can pivot your messaging and pivot your creative to really reach out to people right now in a different way. So yeah, we have Sarah here with us.
Hey. Yeah, we're doing a quarantine edition of Tribe Talk.
Yeah, except we're like always quarantined, right? Because we work from home. So
Yeah, well, we're always away from people, so nothing has really
always
changed for us.
quarantine edition here on Tribe Talk. So yeah, so tell us a little bit about like what we've been seeing lately with e-commerce.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that the coronavirus and COVID has completely thrown us all for a giant loop. It's completely changed the landscape of e-commerce and probably defined the trends and what's going to happen for the rest of the year. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like no one could have predicted that this was going to happen. But overall, we're seeing that the brands that are doing the best are the ones that are the most flexible and able to adapt to the situation. So we've got some really good data here. And so I thought we would just talk about that, some trends, as well as some nice takeaways that people can take home with them when they're thinking about their own brands and products. So, I mean, just overall, Stack Marketer put together a report of just like what's going on in the landscape of, media buying, and like overall, everyone's had an impact with COVID. I mean, on average, it's been a negative impact and things haven't been great. We're seeing like physical goods pretty much hit the hardest compared to digital goods, which makes sense because, digital is way more accessible to people right now. In terms of platform, we're seeing Facebook perform a little bit more with more volatility than Google, and Google being a little bit more stable. Now, again, that's on average, and it's probably very dependent on your business right now. One site that I think we'll probably link in the notes is, what is it? It's Immersis and Good Data put together, just a great tracking site of trends that are going on in the e-commerce landscape. So just overall, we're seeing these are pretty like self-explanatory, but we're seeing things like home and leisure goods do really well, health and fitness doing really, really well, the beauty category is doing really well. ShipBob also came out and was talking about different trends that they've seen. So they've seen baby products doing really well, like an increase in food and beverages purchases, and overall increases in beauty and personal care. And so kind of within those, the real trends we're seeing are brands that are relevant and substitutes. So what that means is things that are relevant, like we're all in our house, right? And we're not leaving. So people are buying a lot more home and leisure goods because they're stuck in their house. And so they're trying to make it a little bit more appealing or comfortable for them. So, right, you're buying new sheets or new pillows, or you're finally like, man, this mattress pad sucks. I had to get a new one, right? Because you're just at home so much more. We're also seeing things, and this to me is the most interesting side of this, but things that can be substitutes. So a really great example of this is, and I think every girl out there who does her hair is probably feeling this pain, but is hair dye, because we can't go to the salon and get our hair done, right? So brands like Madison Reed are having killer months right now because everyone's ordering these take-home dye kits to, cover their roots up. I up in a break because I was hoping no one would notice that it's about time for me to get mine done too. But we're seeing brands that are really able to be flexible and adapt to the situation doing really well. And so for people, what this means is, number one, just taking a step back and assessing the situation and just really assessing the opportunities and the key strengths of your brand and what you're doing. So, if you're something that's really relevant, just lean so hard into that right now. So if you're someone that makes like luxury pillows, or maybe you have like a DIY meal kit, like you're perfect for what the situation is right now. And so definitely keep doing what you're doing and hustle in that vein, if you will. But the second thing too is like just really take a step back and think about all the different ways your product can be used, and even ways that maybe you haven't thought about before, because we're seeing brands that have kind of thought through this and learned how to be adaptable and kind of substitute themselves for something else that someone's not able to do really well. So one example of this is an agency. We have a client called Fusion Belts, and they're basically like they're not fanny packs, but they're these bands that go around your waist, and they have pockets. And so they're great for girls because, yoga pants don't have pockets. And so when you're on the go, it's really nice to have those. Well, right now, because gyms are closed, people are going outside and running and they're jogging. And so we immediately changed the messaging on that brand from, just everyday moms to like, are you going to go run? Are you, going to go working out. And that's completely kind of changed the performance of that brand and really just not turn things around, but just really increased overall performance. And so, thinking through things like that and kind of really taking in notes of what people's behavior is right now and seeing how you can potentially position yourself that way is a great way to start thinking about your product or brand. So the last tip that I have is just use relevant copy, but don't sound like everyone else. So I'll make sure you have the link so you can link this, but there's someone I follow on Twitter that basically has been doing a list of all the different email headlines she's been getting from brands over this time. And it's kind of hysterical because they all sound the same. It's like during this trying time where we're all in this together. And, we always talk about in marketing that we're trying to break through noise and cut through noise because you want to get, have that copy that really sticks out to people. And right now it's like even more condensed because everyone's using these same like 100 headlines or copy, lines of COVID type responses to just catch people's attention. And, that's probably going to work for a while, but we've been doing this for a while now, and we'll probably be doing this for a while now. So people are going to get burnt out of that really, really quickly. So definitely think through creative and copy that will make you relevant, but try to be unique, try to delight people, try to make people's day better. Think about how you're going to make someone smile when they read your email, because you don't know what that person's day is on the other side of that computer. And it may be really, really bad. And you may be the thing that just gives them a little bit of chuckle, in their day and helps build up some nice brand equity for you. So, but yeah, let's maybe stop using during these trying times, because I think I've read that headline about 1,000 times already. So, but yeah, those are just some tidbits. I mean, just kind of like you were saying earlier, things that are really flexible and people that have learned to adapt are the ones that are, able to really make it through what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I think it's awesome to see so many different companies just pivoting their messaging and really making a difference with the e-commerce right now, like getting increase in sales, even though there's so many crazy things happening right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's like a key to any like successful brand ever though, right? Like when we talk about really big brands that are successful and like withstood time, right? They've all had to go through multiple crises, different recessions, different events, but the ones that are successful are the ones that learn how to adapt and the ones that learn how to be flexible. And part of that is just being creative and not limiting yourself to, well, my product only does X, Y, and Z, when in reality, your product can probably do a lot of things for a lot of different people. And it takes that thinking and opening your brain up a little bit to allow yourself to continue to propel forward no matter what's going on in the market.